You've seen it in theaters, and now you can bring it home on digital. Tom Cruise stars in the spectacular, action-packed epic Top Gun Maverick, which critics are calling one of the greatest movies ever made. Buy Top Gun Maverick on digital now and dive into over 110 minutes of incredible behind-the-scenes bonus content available at participating retailers. Rated PG-13 from Paramount Pictures.
Your wife is ready to go home. Her vitals, brain activity, and battery have all been charged and are ready for companionship.
How do you feel?
Feel familiar.
They are people too. They're becoming more and more aware. They need rights. No more sex slaves.
Why would someone steal a companion?
It's not a settlement. It's an organization.
We're running out of time, Meredith. We need you to remember.
Remember what?
Let's get a good look at the guy.
Her. She said she ran Meredith off her path on purpose. William told me how you people steal companions. You reprogram them to do awful things.
I need to speak to Marion Venter. Now.
She mentioned the man in the mask, the one who hacked into my dreams. She says he and I go way back. How are we connected? Hi, can I have a minute of your time?
What's your name?
Meredith.
Meredith.
I remember you. This isn't love. I remember everything.
Dad, I want to be just like you when I grow up.
You want to be like me, huh?
Yeah! I just need to work really hard. Then I can be strong just like you one day.
I see. Well, I want you to be much stronger than me, son. And I believe you will be.
Really?
Hey everybody, it's your man on the wall, Chris Fury, coming back with another episode of Blerds Reacts. If you want to find us, check us out. But I know a lot of people have been wondering about that little animation that I showed earlier. That was by Broken Beat, the anime series. You want to check them out, you want to go to their IG page and check out that Kickstarter. They have about 30 days left, maybe a little more. But check that out. Show them some support in the Kickstarter. It's a dope animation. He has a lot of people that's on this thing. Some people from Toei Animation, as well as some people working from the group Foreign Exchange. And the music that you heard, that was from the man himself who created this whole thing. So, but thank you to Broken Beat Anime Series. Go check their stuff out on IG, support the Kickstarter. Once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. There you go. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Hey, Tracy, what's going on?
Hi.
It's looking weird. I had it on the wrong setup. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. You can always follow us on IG, Blerd's Eye View. Where are you at? Why is it all out of
IG,
sync?
baby.
Yeah, go to IG, go to Blerd's Eye View, and if you hit the link in the bio, you get access to such as that link tree right there. It shows you the Blerd's Eye View podcast. You can also follow us on Opulence Radio and many, many other places. But Tracy, how's it going?
Oh, I know. I'm just trying to do stuff with my hair right now. I was like,
oh yeah. You're having a day like I'm having a day. I was rushing around all day.
Oh man, yeah. No, but
we had a pretty eventful week, I guess. I guess it's just a lot going on. Like, you know.
Start with some good news. Do you want to
start? Okay, let's start with the good news. Let's get right in. Let's start with the good news. Hold on, let me pull that up. Let's start with the good news. You know, right. we like the good stuff. Here, let's start with the good news. It is the supernatural reunion we didn't know we needed. If you are a fan of The Boys, you already know that Eric Kripke, who was also one of the writers and executive producers on Supernatural, he also creates The Boys on Amazon, as well as having Jensen Ackles play Soldier Boy on the show. And it's just been announced that Jeffrey Dean Morgan will be joining the cast for the next season.
Jeffrey, oh, good old Jeffrey.
You know, I also the guy who I can never remember, Jim Beaver, who also played their Uncle Bobby on Supernatural, also plays a presidential hopeful. He plays a senator on The Boys too. So it's like all we're missing is Jared Padalecki at this point. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It was like everybody else is showing up.
Already filming.
Yeah. Everyone else is showing up, and it's just like, all right, Sammy, get in here.
Get in there, Sam.
Yeah. We also got the fourth and final season of the Umbrella Academy on Netflix, which is very rare for Netflix to get anything a final opposed to getting canceled. We are already going to get a season 5 of Stranger Things, and it's going to be their final season. It's just been announced as far as the Umbrella Academy. They also get a 4th season. Whew.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Netflix and cancellations, like we should tell everyone to please watch Sandman. Even Neil Gaiman is out there saying, like, even though we're like the top show for the last 2 weeks, we still need
seriously.
We still need that momentum. We had like they dropped like the secret 2 episodes. If you haven't seen it, definitely watch it.
Yes.
But he's like, so it takes about 15 mil an episode, and Netflix is very
cash strapped.
Yeah.
Best way to put it there, a little cash strapped. But see, I remember seeing a TikTok about talking about why so many shows were getting canceled, you know, from Netflix. You know, you had the Santa Clarita Diet, which I absolutely love, with Drew Barrymore and Timothy Olyphant, and then you have what was it? Altered Carbon was another one, you know. So you had a couple, Lost in Space. So there was a few of them that were by the wayside, and you're like, okay, what's going on? And then they always take these very long breaks in between the seasons. So to hear, you know, looking at Sandman, which number one is absolutely
It's
beautiful to
so
look
good.
at.
It's gorgeous. The
It's
cast is
very,
gorgeous. The cinematography is gorgeous.
yeah. The cinematography, the set pieces, the dialogue, the script is just, it's beautiful. It's beautifully shot. It's very rare that you get something like this that's that well shot, and you're just like, this looks really good. And it makes you wonder when you deal with a streaming service such as Netflix, who consistently is losing subscribers because of various issues. It's not just one thing. And you kind of get worried, like, this show is so good. It's so good. Like, and you want to have the second season. And then, like, if you can give us a just as well second season and be done, then perfect. But just give us
Yeah,
the second season.
folks that read the series, like the graphic novels and such, and then they're just, we want to get to this, we want to get to that, and it's great to have Neil actually speak to his fans, and telling, like, it's being completely transparent about it. That yeah, even though we're like number one and such, like, we still need folks to go out there and watch the show, promote the show, because we just got to work with the studios, making sure they have enough money and faith, and people will watch the show.
Right.
So
it's so, I can't speak enough. The episode with his sister death is a beautiful standalone episode.
It's very beautiful. It's such a beautiful show, and
it makes you look at, you know, and if you've read the graphic novel, you know, seeing it acted out portrays it in a totally different light. It's just well acted.
The casting is it's so perfect.
Yeah,
the casting is just perfect.
I was just like, even I'm like,
I think they
I put a post up saying I'm watching Sandman for the plot, and I put a picture of Death Hut, and she was the plot, and I'm like, good Lord, it was so good.
Honestly, her portrayal was so, like, you feel her warmth through the screen. It's absolutely beautiful. And I think they auditioned about 400 people before they settled on her to play Death.
Yeah. Like, and the line that she gives, that where she says, you know, when he's asking her about, like, how can she go around taking these people's souls and everything, and she says, well, it's easier when they have a pretty face and a kind voice. And it's just like, yeah. And then as you're seeing it go along, you notice, I'm like, yeah, that would make it easier, you know. And so, but
I do love the fact that, like, a pretty face and, like, a nice voice, it's a black woman.
Yeah. That always does it. That always does
it.
Right?
That's always, I like that. I like that. It's a dark-skinned black woman.
Yes. Absolutely beautiful actress.
But that's how society is, though. Like, who's always saving society? Oh yeah.
Oh man. So we got something this week that I was kind of on the fence on, but I'm glad I caught it. And it was the House of the Dragon.
Oh, House of Dragons. Are we gonna call it
yes, House of Dragons.
Are we gonna call it HUD?
Oh man, I'm back in. You know, despite how Game of Thrones ended with season 8, which was in a lot of fans' opinion like a rushed season. It was a short season.
Oh yeah,
and there were some payoffs that a lot of fans were looking for we didn't get. And seriously, I'm looking at you. So
and Brian, looking at you.
Yeah, Brian, yeah. So, you know, there was certain payoffs we just didn't get that we felt we should have gotten. But looking at this and seeing that this pretty much takes almost 200 years prior or before Game of Thrones, whole new cast. Matt Smith is in there, who's actually like becoming one of my favorite British actors right now. You know,
he's fantastic.
Yeah, you know, he's
so good.
I'm like, oh, you got a lot of range here, my guy. You know, so the costumes are beautiful. we can never, when you actually see them up close, you're just realizing like just how gorgeous these things look. And the casting is perfect. The script, for it to be called House of the Dragon, I'm glad that we get dragons right away.
That was one of the main things that like George R. R. Martin was saying when we were at Comic-Con. He was like, y'all wanted dragons. Here's like 70 dragons. And I was just like, all right, bro. He said we wanted dragons, but I don't know if we can do it with 70.
We have black people within the 7 kingdoms.
Yes.
And they're rich.
I did like that meme that came out that was like the blackest thing that happened in the whole episode was him. It's like, I ain't getting drunk with these white people.
Yeah, it's like,
that's too much.
I got money, but I'm not stupid.
Yeah, that's too much going on. I ain't letting my guard down. I like that. I was like, that is a very black moment right there.
It is. But like I said, the costumes are beautiful. Those armor pieces, that armor that Matt Smith was wearing is insane.
Oh, that was amazing.
It's guaranteed that people are building this stuff right now. I guarantee you.
Oh yeah, that's I feel like that's already gonna be like a nominated thing for best wardrobe immediately.
Oh yeah. That's in there. Yeah. I can see that happening. Like, because I read right now there's nothing. Well, we still got the Woman King coming out in a couple of weeks, so we're gonna wait to see how that turns out.
I'm just thinking of like show bases.
Yeah, when we talking shows, I don't think there hasn't been at least not recently.
But when it comes to like films, it's probably gonna be Woman King and like Black Panther again.
Oh yeah, they're gonna clean house. But we're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna give a shout out to our partners at Paramount Pictures. We have a nice little giveaway, so here we go. You've seen it in theaters, and now you can bring it home on digital. Tom Cruise stars in the spectacular, action-packed epic Top Gun Maverick, which critics are calling one of the greatest movies ever made. Buy Top Gun Maverick on digital now and dive into over 110 minutes of incredible behind-the-scenes bonus content available at participating retailers. Rated PG-13 from Paramount Pictures. Thank you to our partners at Paramount Pictures. If you want a free digital code for that movie, Top Gun Maverick, just type in hashtag Top Gun, and I will get that sent off to you as soon as possible once I get your information. Thank you to our partners at Paramount Pictures for that opportunity. And we got some, I don't know, they can't stay out the freaking news.
Oh, are you talking about the HBO Max fuckery?
Oh God. They cannot stay out. Look, people, I want to talk to you about comics, and I will. Don't get me wrong. I want to talk to you about like some games that's coming out. Like, now games are costing $70, and the cost of it having to be a $70 game, and the differences between having a hard copy disc opposed to downloadable content. I want to talk to you about all of that great stuff. I want to talk to you about some wrestling because I think I'm back in thanks to Triple H taking over the WWE. However, every time I think I'm clear, we get something else coming out from Warner Brothers. And it's just like, this is the biggest dumpster fire I have ever seen. Recently, we've gotten word that from some insiders, they said that WB has no money to market their films. What the hell happened? I don't know how true this is. I really don't. But at this point in the game, I can't put it past them because so much has happened in the past few months. So much has happened. And it's never ending. Like, there's one thing to say, okay, WB's being bought out by Discovery. We're going to wipe the slate clean. Okay. You're wiping the slate clean. You're keeping certain key core characters from the DC universe. Fine. how are you doing this? You cancel Batgirl, you still releasing Flash.
Flash is on the table.
It's on the table still.
It's like it's not really. They're
Oh,
considering not releasing that based.
Oh, they're going back and forth. So now they're going back and forth with the Flash.
Going back and forth with it. Well, they did just rehire. They just hired Dan Lin, and they had also Alan Horn to like be head of the DCEU. So, wondering, this was just like just came out recently. So, producer
it's a ever revolving door.
Yeah. The main person I do think that like Alan Horn, he's probably a good consultant because he was there during like the Batman trilogy.
Yeah,
and, So he was there during those times and like the Harry Potters for Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
So he's a good consultant, but at the same time, it's just like you're competing with Fahey. I don't even think Fahey's like worried about it. Fahey's kind of
he's
Fahey's on the side, just like rooting for everyone.
He truly is.
Yeah,
he truly is, especially after.
This is not even a competition. Like I'm rooting for you all. Like I want.
Like
you
when when the news about Batgirl being canceled literally came out, he spoke to the directors because they worked on Miss Marvel, and he says, "I was really looking forward to this project. You know, I wish you all the best." Plus, one of them had just got married or was getting married.
Yeah, it was days after his wedding that he found out the news about Batgirl.
Yeah, about Batgirl.
Your honeymoon.
And then they find out that this thing been taken off the WB servers because they went back to go get it and it's like not there. And I'm like, can it get any worse? I don't know.
Filmmakers. But yeah, like I want all the faith. I want to have so much faith when it comes to Warner Brothers. Like I have friends that work there, Warner Brothers, HBO Max, and like I want things to be great there. Like they have a wonderful crew. They just announced that they're not doing J.J. Abrams Batman. It's still in production.
It was a J.J. Abrams Batman, Cape Crusader, and it was like a couple other animated projects.
Yeah.
I know Doom. I think Doom Patrol was still safe, and live action Titans was safe.
Yeah,
they didn't have any plans for what is it, fourth or fifth season? I think it's fourth or fifth season of Young Justice. However, in defense of that, they always did that with Young Justice. It was always kind of a season by season basis, depending on how the numbers looked. I really hope they come back for another season. It's a really great show, but they a lot of the animation that they took off of there, or other lower performed shows, were shows that I didn't really watch or even heard of, for that matter. I know they were doing a Gumball movie, but I'm like, well, they were trying to shop it around. I'm like, well, take it back to Cartoon Network. It's still they still show it in syndication over there. Just show it over there, and like, trust me, they'll watch it.
Yeah, Gumball has like a good following.
Like I love me some Gumball.
Yeah, Gumball's a great following. So
it was like, we're not going to pick it up. I'm like, are you sick? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's a lot of like loopy decisions over there. You would think if folks are talking about like we need ratings, you would think a J.J. Abrams style animated Batman series is just going to be like, oh yeah, that is a moneymaker.
You would think like it's two strong names.
Yeah, like it's still in production, thankfully, because I always want crews to be paid. Besides, like the bigger names, will be fine, but the crew needs to be paid. But it's just being chopped around somewhere else. But
yeah, and that's the other thing.
You always want things to be together. You already have the Batman trilogy. You already have the Batman animated series.
You would think they would go ahead and. You would think they would go ahead and ride this out and like, okay, yeah, let's ride with it. Let's have some fun with it. But I don't know. Like, I don't even think they know. Like, the recorded phone calls about what they had in mind going forward puts a lot of red flags up.
I'm always rooting for it because like I love these characters. I know one of my friends joked, he was like, maybe Discovery bought like Warner Brothers and didn't realize it's like an actual movie studio. They were just like, oh wait, what were we buying? Oh no, we didn't realize this. Oh
we thought it
god.
was just like TLC or something. We're like, no, man.
That's another reality shows.
It was
But
like,
again, like I'm rooting for them. You gotta rooting for it. I'm rooting for these like characters that are over 100 years old. Like,
yeah, we really need. Let's face it, when DC, what was it, DC Infinite or DC Universe had the app, and then it got folded into HBO Max, and there wasn't any more reason to pay for that because all the content went straight to HBO Max.
Yeah.
So now you have all this massive library that you're bringing people in, and then we're not even talking about your HBO Max originals, which is garnering a really good crowd. No matter what show it is, you have shows that's coming in. You're just like, this is good.
Yeah,
you're doing
great shows on its own.
Yeah.
Like HBO on its own is the most nominated streaming service, period. Like
Yeah.
there's like Netflix is behind it, but when it comes to like original content, nominations of actors, nominations of wardrobe, cinematography, directors,
They clean house. They clean house.
yeah, it's HBO.
They clean house. Even when they have like 1 season, 2 season run shows because they have a story to tell and they're going to tell it and that's done. They still Watchmen.
I was like Watchmen
is a perfect example
of a perfect season, a perfect show, and like
yeah.
I could not imagine that going anywhere else. Like you cannot imagine that going to any other network or streaming service. So that's why I do take this very personally, just because like of my friends, but also as like a creative. You have this space that's known for classics like The Wire, Sopranos, like Pretty Little Liars, like
there's some and there's some great stuff on there to watch, and there's times where I'm like, okay, what am I watching today? Disney Plus, Hulu, Netflix, HBO Max. Nobody really cares about cable too much anymore,
Yeah, cable. That's why cable has so much reality TV. They're always just like, you gotta watch us now. If you don't watch us now, you're gonna miss it.
It's 90 Day Fiance starring Bruce Wayne and Harley Quinn. Like, what? You can have that idea. I'm literally telling you, do that idea. Let's see how that turns out.
They're probably doing that idea. They're probably on that idea right now. They gotta do like crossover episodes of everything.
Right. But thankfully, shows like Peacemaker, Harley Quinn, they're not on the chopping block.
Yeah, they're not
now. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing because these are shows that you really want to see. Harley Quinn is really funny stuff.
Oh
like,
man, the latest episode of Harley Quinn, based. that's all I can say. Based.
When I will say this about Harley Quinn, after that first season, the first thing I thought was, oh, I'm in for a ride. I'm going to enjoy this. Like, if you're a fan of any Batman types, storytelling, any kind of Batman mythos, throw that shit out the window. That doesn't matter anymore. None of that matters.
This show is Harley Quinn's own thing. Like, and I love that. I love the relationships, the arcs, like expansion of who these characters are.
I never thought I would love Clayface so much.
Clayface. Honestly, I've been telling everyone to watch the latest episode with Joker. Mwah.
Shout out to Alan Tudyk. He's the man. For those who don't know who Alan Tudyk is, and shame on you if you don't. He was actually the pilot for Serenity and Firefly. He's been in Dollhouse. He's what's the newest one on Sci-Fi Channel? He plays the alien, but he's the I can't think of the name of it because I have it recorded. But he's like he's an alien posing as a doctor in this small Alaskan town, and it's hilarious. But Alan Tudyk does the voice of Clayface and Joker, and both of them. If you're so used to Mark Hamill doing the voice, listen to Alan Tudyk do it and see how he plays Joker, and it's mind-blowingly funny.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I truly adore it. I truly adore the storytelling behind it. It's oh gosh. Oh, and those writers
he does a
do not lose this. Do not lose.
Please don't lose this. When you have him playing Clayface and they're planning a heist and he goes into a full-on thespian background on the security guard that he's going to pose as, or what was it? I think he said Karen or somebody, Janice. That I think her name was Janice.
And it's like the high school sweetheart, and he's about to
it was the craziest background. It was just like, look, we're just going after some tech. We don't care about if she has 2 kids, and it was all this other stuff. He was like, I think they pull a heist off, and they leave out, and he's like, well, security guard Jim's going to be real disappointed when he finds out Janice doesn't show up for their date Thursday night. And I'm like, dude, what? Like, you did all of that for the. You didn't know.
Consistency, okay? Consistency.
Completely weird. He's committed. I will give him that.
Yes.
But yeah, I know recently they just let go like 70 employees over at HBO Max, and that's scary in itself. When you start canceling or shelving movies that are in production, damn near finished. I think the only thing with Batgirl was I think they said a lot of the VA special effects wasn't, into it just yet. Other than that, it was done. And when you have crews like behind the scenes, we're not even talking about the cast. We're talking about people behind the scenes, that's working these the stunt actors, the stunt choreography, and all those people.
The directors and the people you see on screen, they will be fine.
Yeah.
The people I'm mostly worried about are the crews, the makeup artists, the PAs, the visual effects artists.
This is job security we're talking about, or lack thereof, I suppose.
It's like the lead actress, unfortunately, she's not gonna have that out, but she's gonna have several other opportunities.
Yeah.
And
I would have loved to see, I would have loved to see how they would have portrayed Batgirl on screen. We've never gotten, and the costume looked great. I've heard people say it looked garbage. I'm like, no, this looks pretty good. Considering the fact we've never gotten her other than the 60s version.
And also there's only one still mostly being shown of the suits. You can't really judge by one still.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the show I was referencing was Big Little Lies earlier.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Big Little Lies, yes.
I
forgot about that one. That was insane.
Yeah,
Big Little Lies was nuts.
Yeah, and who could only do that? Oh yeah.
Targeting episodes and topics that nobody else will touch. It's
like major stars. First season Nicole Kidman. Next season we're just gonna get Meryl Streep. What? Okay, Meryl Streep does shows. Well, she does this one. Yeah. She's gonna do this one. Fair.
Even with Watchmen and Lovecraft Country, with them both mentioning, and even more with Lovecraft Country really going into in one episode talking about the Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre. Sitting back and reading about this thing years ago, and then I'm like, wow, nobody's never put this on screen before. And here in Watchmen, they mention it. They might show some action from it, slightly. But then you go over to Lovecraft Country, and they literally did an episode about the night some other stuff happened, and it just happened to be that night.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, there were people who were older than me who were like, I never knew that even happened.
Oh yeah, that was a history lesson. Most people did not know that it happened, and unfortunately I was taught that when I was younger. But a lot of people did not know the history of that massacre. So it was kind of this is why art always changes culture.
Yeah.
Entertainment always changes culture, because they're not teaching this in school. So where you're going to get it? Either art that's being created, or you're going to go on TikTok. But I'd rather it be placed in a story where it actually becomes a pivotal point to the story, not just gratuitous, we're just gonna throw on trauma, and especially Black trauma.
Yeah.
And just throw it at you. But it actually means something to forward the plot.
Yeah.
So
there was it's when it comes to Lovecraft Country, what I was noticing that in each episode that they had, they were really interjecting pieces of our history that
Oh yeah.
we
Oh
didn't
yeah.
catch. Like, you know, you was somebody like there were literally like Reddit articles and everything else that was popping up saying, yeah, this person was this and this person was Emmett Till. And because I'm looking like I'm looking at the episode where I can't remember Emmett's real name, but they weren't calling him, they were calling him by his nickname. And I'm like, why is the look so familiar? And here it was, they went a couple episodes later, and that's what it was. Like they talked about that particular death of Emmett Till, and I'm like, wow, nobody talks about this. And
Is they found the Whistler?
yes,
Yeah, I think
she's like 87
the
or 83 or something else.
They're not gonna charge her. She's in like a hospice right now, but at a certain way, if you look at her, you can the ancestors. I feel like the ancestors were like, if y'all not gonna tell me,
we'll take care of it from here. We got it. We got it from here. It's like, thank you. We've seen all the work you did. We found you.
Ancestors. We appreciate you because y'all just like, if they not gonna do nothing, we got it.
We'll take care of it.
We'll take care of it. And
man,
dealing with the ancestors is probably way worse.
Oh yes,
dealing with the ancestors is way worse.
We've seen enough. We've seen enough horror and American horror stories and stuff like. Yeah, the ancestors will handle that.
Yeah, the ancestors will be like, oh no, we know, we got it.
He's like, oh, heaven. No, sweetheart, let me take you over here. I can see that conversation going down. I'm like, oh, this must be heaven. Oh, oh no, you just took a wrong turn.
No, let's have some fun here.
Yeah. It's like, oh no, sweetheart, you read your ticket wrong. You read your ticket wrong. Here, let me put you over here. Hey, B, over here. We got somebody for you. Oh, we've been waiting on you. Here
you go.
But yeah, I'm kind of on pins and needles a little bit when it comes to the whole thing with HBO Max and the whole thing that's going on with the DC universe, because see, now they just announced that Shazam has been pushed back and so has Aquaman too.
Aquaman, yeah.
And I'm like,
Aquaman, Shazam is pushed back. I think they're only releasing 2, like Black Adam and that My Darling or something with
yeah. And so it's just kind of, I don't know if it's something that was the writing was on the wall, like especially with Black Adam. You know, you kept seeing Dwayne Johnson talking about the hierarchy of the DC universe is about to change, blah blah blah, and he would always say that. And we finally got the trailer, and I'm like, is this where things were really supposed to change at? And now that this merger has happened, this is kind of the, I don't know, soft reboot, soft restart. I don't even know what you want to call it at this point because it's so screwed at this point. I don't even know, man. It's
yeah. But I guess at this point we just got to see how it goes, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing we can actually do. This is nothing like the Snyderverse where people took over Twitter and was like, release the Snyder Cut. This is nothing like that. This, you know, we may down the line by some grace of God
get a campaign started, like how they bullied the Sonic movie. We should just find a way to just bully HBO Max.
Like, give us Batgirl and give us Batgirl now.
Yeah, just like going there bullying.
Like,
I mean, that's pretty powerful. I'm just gonna say that Black Twitter is very powerful.
Oh, Black Twitter, Black Twitter is not to be trifled with. Like, you cannot.
That's the one thing. Because like, there's 2 things. Because I talk shit about everything. Like, I talk shit about it. The 2 things I don't talk shit about is Rona. Because as soon as you talk shit about Rona, she's like, "What'd you say?"
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't got the Rona yet. That's why I don't talk shit about Rona. I haven't gotten the Rona. Knock on wood. Because I don't talk shit about Rona. Second, Black
like
Twitter. Nope.
Black Twitter doesn't play. For those who's listening and you're wondering about Black Twitter, most of the audience should know about Black Twitter. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But if you don't know about Black Twitter, let's just put it like this. All it takes is one picture, one tweet, one iota of news about anything, and it's a wrap. We will make a joke out of it. We will make a movement out of it. The stuff will ride. Every time. Black Twitter is the reason why I want to see a black version of Hogwarts right now, because of Black Twitter. They literally had a whole feed of who would play the teachers at Hogwarts, and they were the greatest picks.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And I was just like,
beautiful.
This is funny, but I kind of want to see this right now.
Oh yeah, no, we know what we're talking about. We know what we're talking about. But also, depending on the situation, sometimes it might be an honor to get roasted by Black Twitter.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because I think, like I said, that whole Harry Potter thing, I'm like, I can't even take. Jennifer Lewis was mentioned as one of the staff for Hogwarts. Hollywood's Black Auntie.
Yeah. She's available.
Yes. Like she was mentioned as playing one of the professors for Hogwarts. I'm like, I can see that now. I can see that. I'm like, I gotta pull that feed up. It was insane. What was that? It's a movie. It was a movie, but it was someone on Twitter. I can't remember the woman's name, but she was telling this story about how she went to Florida and met this stripper and all this other stuff. It was
Zola.
Zola, that's what it was.
Zola.
I was at work and I'm like, is this real? And like, every tweet was talking about this story. And I'm like, are you kidding? Is this real? This didn't happen.
I love the fact that they actually turned out a movie. It was such a phenomenon that they're like, yo, we need to make something out of this.
That story.
And it's actually a pretty good movie too.
Yeah, it is. When you actually sit back and check it out, you're like, yo, bring back the art of telling a story on Twitter, because Jesus. It's like rapid. I see what my grandmother and my mother was talking about. Like, don't you turn this channel from my stories. That's what this was.
It was too juicy. It was too juicy.
It was like the more I was just like, huh? No, wait a minute. Let me follow this person, because I gotta see what happens next. So yeah. Rona and Twitter, Black Twitter. You don't want to mess with Black Twitter.
No, I don't mess with that.
Now, to my Blerds and Blerdettes out there, you know how Black Twitter works. I'm just letting you know.
Oh yeah,
we know how Black Twitter works.
I'm pretty sure they're on the same train. They're gonna be like, yeah, we don't mess with those two either.
Yeah. Like, we might not even respond. We just like, oh, that's crazy. Yes, that's happening.
I am definitely a lurker. I don't usually respond unless I know it's something that's gonna go over well.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm just like,
It's like, yes. Are you looking forward to, because I don't have a picture of it, but are you looking forward to Wednesday on Netflix?
Oh snap, what's Wednesday?
Wednesday, Addams.
Oh yes. Okay, I like about the actual day.
Oh wait, it's the way I said it. Okay, wait a minute. I had to think about how I said it. Are you looking forward to Wednesday? Wait a minute, what's happening Wednesday?
What? I need to be in the know. Yes, I'm excited for it. I am excited for it. I'm excited for Wednesday.
That trailer is everything. The scene. I wasn't expecting that. When she goes into the pool with the piranha, like the teach the bullies a lesson, and she just I'm like, and they show the blood. I'm like, wait, it's Netflix, so yeah, they're gonna show that.
Yeah,
I'm
as long as they
so
don't
used
show
to
the
it.
other part, I'm good. I can deal with the blood part.
Yeah, I was just like, and then like her response, when she's pulled into the office about it, and she's like, I didn't see a problem with that. And I'm thinking to myself, no, I didn't either. She taught the bully a lesson. This is Wednesday Addams we talking about here. Are you kidding?
I mean, yeah, that's basically a canon.
Yes. Like nobody bullies my brother except for me. That was her line. I'm like, yeah, that's how that works. I'm like, when Gomez stays out the way, you already know. It was just like, no. This is my only daughter. I won't get in her way. Oh, but yeah, they have that. Just checked out the second episode of She-Hulk. I will have both the reviews for She-Hulk episode 1 and 2 up this weekend because my premiere was acting ass, and I finally got it fixed today. So,
I watched it today.
You didn't? You said you didn't watch it today?
I haven't had a chance to watch the new She-Hulk.
Oh, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but beyond what Jennifer's dealing with, we might be getting something that we've always wanted for all these years for a certain cousin of hers. It's being alluded to. I'm like, oh, y'all not kidding. So, which tells me that this deal with Universal might just be coming close to being expired. And September 8th is what? 2 weeks from now? Almost 2 weeks from now?
Yeah.
Yeah, Disney Plus Day, September 8th.
Yeah.
And D23, yeah, D23 is like the 9th and 10th and all that weekend. So y'all, everyone listening, you're about to get a shit ton of Disney news. Whatever you didn't get at San Diego,
get it in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, if you blew your load at San Diego Comic-Con, get ready for round 2. Cause
yeah, that's what they do. They usually keep like a little bit more. It's great. The amount of things coming out of Disney is amazing. Like, so they have like so I have everything for San Diego, but they always keep things under wrap for a little bit more for D23, and it's just like, how do y'all have this much going on?
Like, those investors are sitting in there like waving money and lighting it on fire, just like, yeah, baby. Because you're right. There's stuff that they revealed at San Diego, and when they revealed like their map of everything and their timeline for movies and shows is dropping, there were some slots that said to be discussed, to be announced. Some didn't have anything, but it had a date or a tentative date. And people were excited about all the other stuff, but they were like, what's going on here? Like, what's getting ready to drop here? Like,
I kind of like that they tease a little bit. They give you something and they tease. They're like, yeah, we gotta have a little bit of foreplay here.
Yeah.
Like, we're just gonna give you a little taste. The next week, we're gonna give you a little bit more of a taste, and then next week,
taste. Boy, it's a little taste, all right. Because I hope you didn't get your feel from San Diego, because man, from the 8th through that whole weekend, what is it? The 8th, 9th, 10th, and maybe the 11th. Let me see.
I think it's like a weekend, so it's usually Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The big day is definitely Saturday.
Because big day is Saturday. What is it? The 8th, which is Thursday. So
it might be the 9th.
Yeah, I think. Hold on, let me see. How many episodes of She-Hulk is it? We're on episode 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh shit! So it's probably overlapping. Because Thor: Love and Thunder drops, a new Cars movie drops, and then there's something else they have that's dropping that same day, all on Disney Plus. I'm like, yeah, y'all just. I don't want to hear people complain it's too much content ever.
I mean, that's the thing, though. That's the thing about Marvel. Like, if you're getting superhero fatigue, take a break. It's always gonna be there.
Watch Lightyear or something.
Yeah, it's always gonna be there. Like, I spend my time watching everything Marvel, of course, everything DC, but also like what we do in the shadows. Like, I spend my time with what we do in the shadows. Like this season of Shadows is so good. Oh my god!
I'm catching up on that. I am on 3 episodes. I'm on episode 359 of One Piece. Yes, I'm on a tear. I've been watching the Orville. I remember when the show started and I watched like the first couple episodes. And it's a great show, but I never, just because of my schedule at the time, I never got back into it. But man, is the show actually really good.
Yeah, they said the third season's like completely different.
Yeah, like I think it's called like Change some Horizons, and I'm like, I can't wait because I got it on Hulu, and I'm like, this show's good. The episode where they deal with the Creole and Isaac's planet and his people, yo, that was banana. I was like, this is probably some of the best stuff I've seen on television, like sci-fi wise, in a long time. And they have a way of, and even though it's by Seth MacFarlane and everything, their consultant is Jon Favreau, and Jon Favreau's got it. That man's touching everything sci-fi right now. And
send congrats to Jon Favreau when it comes to like just starting the MCU, Mandalorian, like
him just hand him the keys. You've handed him the keys already. Him and Dave Filoni. You're just like, it's in good hands. We trust the two of you. It's in good hands. We're fine. You don't have to tell us anything. We trust what you're telling. So like, you got this lined up, and like, you know what you're going for. But even though Orville is, done by Seth MacFarlane, who's best known for Family Guy and American Dad, it still has some jokey moments, but it's so serious. Like, it has some like real stuff. Like, if you like Star Trek, Next Generation, it's in that vein. And it's well told. It's well told. I like what they're doing. It's not cheesy. Like you have some cheesy moments, but there's some, like, my wife walked in on a couple episodes. She was like, "What the heck?" I'm like, "You would walk in on the weird episode, but."
That's like the curse of anyone telling anyone you wanted them to see a scene or a show, and they always walk in on like the worst part. You're just like, all right, so they normally don't just randomly have orgies.
Yeah, that's the episode she walked in on. Was the Blerds simulation? The Blerds is simulated. She was like, "Wait a minute." I'm like, "Just hold on. You missed the entire story as to why this is going on."
Well, let me rewind to like this amazing monologue. let me like show this like nice huge battle scene.
But it is. I enjoy it. I absolutely enjoy the show. What We Do in the Shadows is always funny. Always funny. Poor Guillermo.
Guillermo.
Oh my God. I love him. I love the scene where Guillermo's telling his family that he's gay. I think, what is it? They walked in, they found out that he was like a familiar.
Yeah.
And
like a vampire.
Yeah, and he was like, "I'm gay." And they was like,
"Oh yeah,
we knew all about that. We don't even care about that." They're like, "That's not the problem." We're like, you want to be a vampire? That made me feel like, it didn't matter. See, my guy, it didn't matter. You're welcome.
I love Guillermo, and like my other favorite, because he literally reminds me of one of my really good friends, Nandor. And Laszlo, that voice, oh my God.
Yes. What We Do in the Shadows is so fun. I
feel like that Matt Berry needs to do more voiceover work. He needs to be a freaking voice actor right now. He should be playing freaking Garfield. He should be voicing Garfield.
Yes. It's such a good show. People out there, you listening, check out What We Do in the Shadows. Check out the movie, check out the show, because they're all connected. It's all connected. The whole I fell asleep somewhere in the middle of the second season. I'm like, wait, I missed something. Hold on, let me take it back. I was like, oh, the theater, the vampires.
Yes.
Oh, that was so funny. That was so funny. Oh, I didn't really do all of that. And like, I wasn't even there that night. Oh man. Before we get out of here, Traci, tell everybody where they can find you.
Hi, I'm Traci Carr, and I'm at CrazyCar77 on IG.
There you go.
Find me there.
Hey, everybody, you know who it is. It's your man on the wall, Chris Fury. You can find me here on IG at Blerds View, and if you hit the link in the bio, it will send you to every last one of the socials that you will find me working on. Also, people are coming on board to join the team. Thank you very much. Please keep coming. The more, the merrier. A lot of POC men, a lot of POC women are wanting to join the team. I'm opening the door for them and saying, come on in. Understand we got a safe space acting here, and they understand that. As always, I'm that general. I keep that ball rolling, and I keep people who've been on the show or listened to the show, they know how I am. They're like, nah, you're not coming across this gate with that BS. I won't have it.
Yeah, this is a positive space. This is a positive space. We have like great conversations here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I've actually had to tell somebody. That's I did a post, and I'm like, don't think you're gonna push your old ways over here. Everybody here is accepted. Like,
oh no, yeah, don't
I ain't saying I'm Black Jesus, but I'm just saying.
No, we don't play around here. Like, I'll fight you.
Right.
Like, no, yeah, we don't play all that. Like, I'll straight up fight you. Like,
right. So,
like, you play my trailer. You play my trailer where I'm literally getting arrested. So we,
yeah. Like, exactly. Traci puts it where her mouth is. She's not here to play games. I'll buy the ticket if she got to come here to Ohio. I'll buy the ticket. Like, you know what? You light work. I got somebody for you. Oh man, but next Tuesday we won't have a show. Next Thursday we will. I'll make sure. Because there's so many shows happening all of a sudden. Yeah, we probably have a show next week because I don't have a guest, but we'll probably have a show. But next Tuesday we won't have a show. We'll get a repeat episode, but still tune in anyway. Tune in Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. The Twitch handle is Blerds View 1. Tune in every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, same channels. And as we talk about all things blerdy, geeky, and nerdy, and everything in the entertainment stratosphere and more, as this media empire is beginning to grow. And this platform is beginning to grow, and people are wanting to put their 2 cents in or have their voice be heard. I got you. Until then, remember to something caught me off guard there. Remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others. This is my co-host Traci. I'm your man Chris Fury, man on the wall. See you next time.
See you next time.